Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. पूरा sound is off. Student. Discussion.
How many people? Only 3.
Akshay Kumar, dear
Sir.
Akshay, what about others like Bambina, Radhika? What about others? Only girl. Good evening, all of you. So,
Sir,
what about the others? Saujanya, Renuka, Radhika. So today last class, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Any other? So just put a message on WhatsApp because I will give some important questions and the block wise. Okay. So today last class. That's why just you inform all the students compulsory attend this class. So otherwise I'm not given the questions and once again because this is last class. Okay. So according to that I will give the some important questions all the chapters. Okay. Yes, please reply.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Already we discussed in previously in the general character of fungi. So what are the mushrooms? So what are the mushrooms? Already discussed. Yes.
Fungi, sir. Fungi.
Okay, fungi. What are the characters of this fungi? Mushroom. Yes.
Sir,
So what are the difference? Mushroom as they consider as the. What are the difference between the mushroom and other one?
they are depend upon the dead bodies, sir.
So they are
Decayed
different in the fruiting
bodies,
body.
sir.
Yes, the fruiting bodies. So here the mushrooms. What are the classification of mushrooms? It is under which type of class?
Fungi, sir.
Fungi. Okay, class. Already we divide some 4 classes are there. Like mycetes, ascomycetes, basidium. Which one is under the mushrooms?
Mycelium.
You forget. Okay, so just you found it. That is the. So how many classes? The 4 classes. What are the four classes? Ascomycetes, basidiomycetes, deuteriomycetes. What about other?
Listeriomacetes.
Yes.
Completed that.
Bacteriomacetes.
Oh, my city.
So just before 2-3 days back we'll discuss. So you forget it. So just you recollect the. So everyone knows nowadays using the mushrooms, right? So what are the specialty of mushrooms? Some mushrooms are the medicinal value. Some mushrooms are the nutritional value. So some mushrooms are the poisonous mushroom. So we discuss today general mushrooms. What are the mushrooms? What are the how to cultivate and what is the processing of the mushrooms? What are the importance of mushrooms? In present, 30% of the world trade is related with the medicinal mushrooms. In India, one started the cultivating the medicinal mushrooms. Some species like cordyceps are collected from the forest and are sold. Some growers have started the cultivate cordyceps. Military these are the very costly this mushroom. So the in different mushrooms in the different cultivation process are there and different techniques are there. So here some basic terms in the mushroom cultivation. So the mushrooms New fur will keep on the coming again and again when you will read any book on the mushroom cultivation. The frequently we are using in the mushroom cultivation terms like spawn, substrate, spawn run, casing, flush are used frequently in the mushroom cultivation terminology. So the spawn means seed of mushroom, and the substrate is mushroom what soil to plants, which any medium which we grow the mushroom, casing soil. It's a mixture of soil and other materials used to cover the bags after the seed has grown inside the substrate. These are the frequently used in the mushroom cultivation. So agar, so some of they are used. So these are the, and below these list also we are using the cultivation of mushrooms. What are the suppose for example is agar. You know agar media. It is a culture media, a polysaccharide derived from a seaweed used for the solidifying culture media. Just wait. Next one is Agaricus bisporus. It is a white button mushroom. AHU hair handling unit. The system installed in cropping rooms for cooling, humidification, the fresh air intake. Aerobic, you know aerobic, presence of the oxygen. Anaerobic, absence of the oxygen. Ascomycetes, a major class of fungi having the sac-like ascus in the fruit bodies. Ascomycetes is a major class of the fungi. Sac-like, the mushroom, it is the ascomycetes, it is also called as the sac-like ascus in the fruit bodies. Auricularia, scientific name of the name for the wood ear mushrooms. I will show what are the ear mushrooms, what are the button mushrooms. I will show. So different types of mushrooms are there, different shapes also there. Baggage, the crushed juiciness remains. The sugarcane is come from the milk. Basidiomycetes, the major class of fungi having the basidia in their gills. Bran, the outer layer of the cereal grain separated from the kernel. Casing, a layer of the material usually soil or peat mass placed on the surface of the substrate to regulate the humidity, the compost, and stimulate the production of mushrooms. Compost, in case of button mushroom, it means material prepared by the mixing straw, chicken manure, gypsum, etc., fixed in the quantity and fermented in the specific method under the method under the aerobic conditions. Culture, the growing of the mushroom tissue in a medium under sterile conditions. Flush, the term used for appearance of mushroom at intervals, a cropping cycle of the mushroom from the moment they pop their heads above the casing. Fruit body, the sexual spore bearing structure of fungi, that is mushroom. the sexual spores bearing the structure of fungi, that is the mushrooms, gills, spore bearing thin blades, undesirable of mushroom cap, grain span, sterile grains inoculated with the mushroom culture or spores. The mycelium sprouts from the spores and retrievals for the fruit from the grain. So it is Lentula endodus. The Japanese common name is refers to the tree take the manual harvesting by hand. The mushroom, a macro fungus with visible fruit body that may be formed above or below the ground. So already I asked question, what is the mushroom? A mushroom is a macro fungus. So it is visible fruit body. Some of the fruit body we can't visible our eyes. So only we find out the under the microscope. But the mushroom fungi, this is the macro fungus with visible fruit body that may be formed above or below the ground. Next, mycelium, the fungal threads comparable to the plant roots that appears as a network of white filaments which join together to form a pinheads which develops into the mushrooms. So pasteurization, the elimination of the all insects, pests, nematodes, harmful fungi and their spores by heating compost up to 40 degrees Celsius for 4 to 6 hours. Pinhead, very small initial of mushrooms. Phase 1. The initial step is composting from the outdoors or in bunkers for the button mushroom cultivation. Phase 2. The process of composting inside tunnels for the conditioning and pasteurization of the compost of button mushroom. So next, Pleurotus. These are the oyster mushrooms. There are number of species Pleurotus which differ in color and shape. Spawn run in the compost that has been mixed with the grains spawn, the mycelium spread in the compost, and this is called spawn run. Spanning, this is the process by which is spawn mixed with the ready compost. It is usually conducted separate in the room to avoid the infection by the other fungi and insects. Spores. Minuscule mushroom seeds are formed in the gills under the cap of the mushroom. The stroma, a dense proliferation of mycelium forming the surface of the compost, and casing soil indicates vegetative and therefore the non-fruiting growth. So substrate, the material usually organic on which mushrooms grow. Valvirella valvosea, the scientific name of paddy straw mushrooms, grows at the high temperature range 30 to 40 degrees. So here the basic steps in the mushroom cultivations. The mushroom growing involve the first of all the spawn production, next composting, cultivation. After that, we need the process and market of these mushrooms. So here mainly 3 major steps in the mushroom cultivation. First is spawn, second one is substrate, and third one is the cropping. So here the cultivation technology is different in the different mushrooms. Already I told you. So different mushrooms in the different technology involved. The proper the mushroom life cycle and good training, all the steps must be before starting the cultivation of any mushroom. The basic steps for majority of mushrooms. So the first step before starting cultivation is to procure or produce the spawn of good quality. This is the very important. Before cultivation, the first step is before starting the cultivation is procure or produce the spawn. The spawn is a good quality. The second step is prepare a substrate. The substrate also good quality without any contamination, as well as see in the subsequent chapters methods preparing the substrate, different types of the mushroom to be cultivated. Method of spawning is the mixing of the spawn in the compost, and amount of spawn required will also in different mushrooms. In some cases, span may be mixed thoroughly, whereas the other case it may be put layer wise. Spawning in some cases can be done in open under the hygienic conditions, whereas the other cases, particularly the substrate has been autoclaved, the spanning can be done only under the sterile conditions. We need only half kg to 1 kg of span for the 100 kg of compost. So how much of we need only half kg or 1 kg of span for the 100 kg of compost in the button mushrooms. So the oyster mushrooms we need 2.5 kg, and milky mushroom we require up to 5 kg span for the 100 kg of the substrate, because this depends upon the life cycle of the different mushrooms, and the different requirements are here. The third step is cropping. After spawn run, that is allowing the fungus to spread throughout the substrate. After spawn run, that is allowing the fungus to spread throughout the substrate, we take steps to induce the formation of mushrooms. In some cases, it requires to put a layer, a casing material, and other cases fruiting can be obtained in the such. In all cases, to induce fruiting, some sort changes is required. For example, in case of button mushroom, temperature is lowered from 25 to 7 degrees Celsius, and carbon dioxide levels and lowered by the giving fresh air. The oyster into induce the fruiting, both fresh air and diffuse the light is necessary. So in India, the mushroom cultivation is rural areas as emerged as the important activity for educated and the school dropouts women. So now is a mushroom cultivation is there some like small scale business. So it is very easy. So we are educated the school dropouts and the women, landless peoples, considering the demand for quality foods. Mushroom cultivation has emerged as an important occasion. Many commercial units that grow mushrooms under the controlled conditions have also been set up in the different parts of our country. So before taking up this, the venture through the knowledge of the subject and scientific aptitude toward the agriculture necessary. So your entire process will take care of the contamination. So we will go by the protocol only. So we will follow the span, substrate, and three major uh, major things. So these are the different types of mushrooms. Just you observe, these are the button mushrooms. These are the milky mushrooms. These are the oyster mushrooms, and these are the padistra mushrooms. Just in the market available in the edible mushrooms. These type of button mushrooms is available. Most of this, and milky mushrooms also available. So then, so these are the button mushrooms. It is 16 degrees, 18 degrees Celsius. So already I told you these three steps are cultivation of white button mushrooms. White button mushrooms. So then after cropping, then we'll marketing. So here you observe this one, this diagram. These are the fruit body. So these are the mycelium. So this is mother spawn. So it is the commercial spawn. Then we will go for it is the large scale industries, like they are preparing the beds and the you see. So mushroom shed commonly, this is a very large scale industries. They lay out the mushroom shed commonly used for the seasonal cultivation. So these are the composting of the long method compost of the cultivation on the natural conditions. So
गरम में मैं सीधा हाथ डाल दिया देखो जरा गिरो पानी हाथ में
these are some of the facilities as so these are the bunkers. These are the indoor composting. It is modified total indoor composting technique produced by the compost in the 8 days. Substrate inoculated with the selected thermophilic fungi. This is button mushrooms. These are the oyster mushrooms. These are the oyster mushrooms. So oyster mushroom, it is easy cultivation technique, the hot water chemical sterilization technique, sun drain. So these are the how to cultivate these people. Just you will see the diagrams. So these are the oyster mushroom, the source of. So this is Kabul king oyster. Kabul is edible Pleotorus species which grows in the nature at very high altitude in the northeast Himalayas. It can be artificially cultivated using the wheat or paddy straw low temperature. This mushroom has potential for the export due to its delicious taste and flavor. So these are the milky mushroom. So the preparation of milky mushrooms. So it is cap spherical white long kite the cap diameter is 7 to 8 centimeters. The length is 11 to 12 centimeters. The fruit body weight is 33 to 38 grams. The fruit body color is white. So it is yield 74 to 80 kg for the 1000 kg of dry wheat and paddy straw. So the cultural conditions, temperature is 25 to 35 degrees. These are the light. It must and should maintain the light 8 to 10 hours. And body is 20 to 40 grams. Published in the refrigerator and 3 to 4 days the room temperature. These are the production efficiency enhanced from the 50% to 40% the improved production technology. These are the paddy straw mushroom. The fruit body shape is oval. The fruit body size is big, 5 to 7 centimeter long and 4 to 5 centimeters wide. The fruit body weight 14 to 18 grams. The fruit body color is light brown. The yield is 12 to 38 kg per 100 kg dry compost or different substrates. So the fruit body shape is oval. The fruit body size is big. So already we discussed the paddy straw mushroom cultivation. So the paddy straw mushroom cultivated outdoors under the shade tree during the summer months using so this another type of mushroom, shiitake mushroom. It is the spherical, center dark brown, outer light brown, white scars uniformly distributed throughout the cap. The cap diameter is 6.5 to 8.0 centimeters. Type length. The fruit body weight is 40 to 45 grams. Yield is 31 to 40 kg for 100 kg of stored dust. This is another variety, DMR shiitake 388. So these are the so this mushroom is very useful. It is the medicinal properties, it is the anti-tumor activities in the human immunity system. So and other potential mushrooms, wood ear mushrooms, Auricularia polytricha. So this winter mushroom, Plamelunia velvetix, and Macrosebe gangtium. So this is also one another type. Ericium erinaceus. So this is also Ganoderma lucidum. The Ganoderma lucidum is the most important medicinal mushroom with global trade about 2 billions. It is very strong. Already I told you now last week. So some China army and Indian army fight because of these mushroom. It has very strong immunostimulating properties and is being used as a cancer, AIDS, heart disease, diabetes, BP, and kidney failure, etc. This is the Ganoderma lucidum. So It's cultivation technology. Its cultivation technology has been developed by an NFL soil. It grows on the sawdust. It is a tropical variety growing the temperature 30 to 35 degree Celsius. Uh, so these are the mushrooms highly moisture content like 90%. These are the some value added products mushrooms. So the mushrooms has the peculiar mushrooms have the nuggets, mushrooms have the cookies, mushrooms have the soup powder, mushrooms have the ketchups, mushrooms have the candy, mushrooms has the papad, mushrooms have the powder, mushrooms has the biryani, mushrooms has the curry, these type of. So the rate also very high. So mushrooms marketing, door to door and farmer to big stores and hotels. Nowadays, in every hotel and every supermarket, it is available. Button mushrooms, farmer to local market, distributor to farmer. These are the producers, wholesale producers. This is the market. So just wait. So here, once again, in detailed study we need. So mushrooms, the fruiting body of macrofungus. What is the mushroom? The definition of mushroom is the fruiting body of a macrofungus, right? So it is epigynous. It is called as above. Hypogynous, it is below, seen with the unaided eyes. So picked by the hand. It is the saprophyte. You know saprophytes needs to the substrate. The mushroom science, the principle and practice of mushroom cultivation. So introduction of the mushrooms. These are the substrates growing the medium mushroom species. So here, yes. So these are the growing mediums. These are the mushroom species. These different types of mediums, the different types of mushrooms are growing in those medias is suitable for the different species. Okay, suppose for example, rice straw, it is a growing medium. This rice straw medium, growing medium, only like Valvirella, straw, oyster in the common. The common is the agaricus. These three types mushrooms only can grow this growing medium. The medium is rice straw. Rice straw, you know rice straw? Gandhi, very gaddi. After paddy na, paddy straws na, rice straw. So these are that one used as a growing medium, that is rice straw medium. That medium only rice, straw mushrooms, oyster mushroom, and common mushrooms uh, growing. So wheat straw, the in wheat straw, oyster and common the mushroom is agaricus, and the straw mushrooms and round head mushrooms are can grow this wheat straw. And coffee pulp, the in only two mushrooms growing on this medium, oyster and shiitake, sawdust. Shiitake, oyster, and lion's head are pom ear, ganoderma, maitake, winter. These are the mushroom, this sawdust and straw, oyster and roundhead mushrooms, cotton waste from the textile industry, the oyster and straw mushrooms, cotton seed hulls, oyster and shiitake, logs, shiitake, white jelly, and namiko. These are the mushrooms going in the different growing mediums. So here substrates, sawdust, rice bran, it is the corncombs, oyster mushrooms, the lion heads, paper, oyster and rounded, horse manure, common agaricus, molasses waste from the sugar industry is oyster mushrooms, water. So molasses waste from the sugar industry, water, Icinant and water lily, oyster and straw, oil farm waste, it is straw, bean straw, oyster, cotton straw, oyster, coca shell waste, oyster mushrooms, and koi, it is oyster, the banana leaves straw, the distiller grain waste, lion's head. So here, most of the oyster mushrooms, it is growing the different types of almost all the mediums again suitable for the oyster mushrooms. So just these are the structure of mushrooms. So these are the mushroom. What are the parts of the mushrooms? The structure of the mushroom. This parts what we call it scales. This part, this entire part called is cap, pileus. So this it is underside in the this one, some like this line stripe, it is gills. What we call the gills, lamellae, this one. So, and this one, ring, it is annulus. Just all of you, you take the picture, like screenshot, when you buy the mushrooms from the supermarket or anywhere, just you so just you observe that these parts are there or not. So these common oyster mushroom, it is in the below part is called is cup, what we called volva. These in brackets are the scientific names. These cup is the common name of mushroom. The ring is the common name of mushroom. But what we scientifically in the terminology annulus, volva. These are the like root-like structures are there in the below. It is mycelial threads. These are the stem. What we call stape. So these are the structure of mushroom. Do you understand this structure of mushroom, dear students? Yes, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Just you observe.
Yes, sir.
Yes. But I advise to at least weekly once you prepare this mushroom curry. It is very easy and very high nutritional ones. It is very useful. So I think some 400 grams it around 60 rupees, 80 rupees. Some companies in 100 rupees, whatever may be. In your menu, at least weekly once. We'll prepare with same like our curry, tomato with mushroom. Otherwise you prepare a tomato pickle. Otherwise you prepare a mushroom powder. So whatever may be, but at least weekly once, but good for your health. I advise because I also taken weekly once compulsory. So any Ratnadeep or any big supermarkets, the mushrooms are available. So in suppose in vegetarians compulsory, it is like good protein source. Good compared to the mutton also. It is very good high protein levels in the mushroom. Okay, and compared to when mutton compared to the chicken, the mushroom is the very high protein levels, and it is also useful for the medicinal purpose. Just you try it. Okay, nothing. Otherwise, you can go through the YouTube how to prepare. You know, all of you know, but how to prepare mushroom curry, how to clean mushroom. Okay, simply get, do it, taste it. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Because very good for health, because we this is very cheap. Suppose for example, I don't be laughing. So because you spend 1 kg mutton around, I think 800 to 900, right? 1 kg. So you are spend just at least 100 rupees or 200 rupees. You spend mushrooms, same benefits. So in mutton curry also, it is very dangerous. Some bad cholesterol is there in every mutton. So it is control the blood pressure. The mushroom control the blood pressure, control the high cholesterol, and many other uses are there, as well as the proteins also sufficient proteins. If compared to the mutton chicken, the mushroom contains the protein levels is high, medicinal properties high. So you try the next week onwards, you try once, then you will start weekly once compulsory. So next time I tell don't eat mushroom, you can't, you are not listen my words. You continue the preparation of mushroom recipe. Okay, so it is very good. So and also mushrooms, and also that is a different topic, but I will suggest you, and at least some small millets. You know, small millets, that is also where very rich iron content. Okay, it is very the small amount of you will get good benefits, like any small millets like ragi, finger millet, tail millet. Okay, sorghum. So these types. Okay, so I advise this. I ask in the practical exams, how many of you prepare in the mushroom curry? How many? In some hotels, they prepare the mushroom biryani also. In case there is no possibilities preparing mushroom curry, you go to the hotel, just you order in the not chicken biryani, not mutton biryani. You order the mushroom biryani. Okay, it's good for health, right?
Definitely, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so we are going to next categorization. So what are the categories? What are the types of mushrooms? So the first one is the edible mushrooms. The edible mushrooms is two types, fleshy and edible. So it is cultivable, and some of the second type is the non-cultivable. So the second major type is the medicinal mushrooms. These mushrooms only used for the medicinal applications only. So here the third type is poisonous mushrooms. It's very dangerous. So you don't get directly, you don't collect from the wild mushrooms. You buy the mushrooms only some supermarkets only, because some villages, some roadside, some woods in the rainy season, especially winter season, the mushrooms are growing up the woody, and some roadside, some soil, but that are the not all are the edible mushrooms, that are the different mushrooms. So don't use in the wide varieties of mushrooms. Just you go for the some supermarket, buy it and prepare the curry. Okay, so these health hazards. Okay, other mushrooms, the properties are not well defined. The research going on the, so next we'll come to the edible mushrooms. So these are the, there is no poisonous effect on humans. Okay, these are the desirable taste and aroma. So it is high nutritive value. The edible mushrooms includes many fungal species that are either harvested or wild or cultivated. some these edible mushrooms, some are the wild also there, but we don't know how to what are we can't identify the what are the edible mushroom, what are the poisonous mushroom, what are the medicinal important mushroom. So all are the same. So don't be risk. Okay. So poisonous mushroom. The poisonous mushrooms look like edible mushroom. Yes, that's the reason. So that's why I strongly advise to you. You do not collect the wild varieties for the preparing the curries of mushrooms. You compulsory buy the supermarkets because they are only they are some distributors selling the good edible mushrooms. They are artificially cultivated. Then we will supply these supermarkets. Okay. So in problem is these mushrooms, the shelf life is very less, like 1 week or 5 days. That is the major big problem in the mushroom. Shelf life is the very big. Some of the research going on how to increase the shelf life of the mushrooms. After 5 days, automatically the mushroom is destroyed. It comes the bad smell and it is entirely some destroyed. So the poisonous mushrooms look like edible mushrooms in their morphology and life cycle. However, they can be distinguished by the following features: the brightly colored fruit bodies. Most of the colored fruit bodies as a poisonous mushrooms. Generally, the edible mushrooms is the light brown or white mushrooms. So here the poisonous mushrooms is highly brightly colored fruit bodies. Green sting on the gills, yellow the green spores, pink colored spores in the gills. You know gills? This below. These are the gills. Okay. So here pink color spores in gills, the presence of vulva and annulus on the stalk. So Usain in the milky or colored latex is the damaged portions. Unpleasant odor. So example is Amanita phalloides and Trichoderma musarium. So just you observe these mushrooms. So these are the very dangerous, the poisonous mushrooms. So Amanita species, Lepiota bruniosi carnata, Cartinierius species, then and Cartinierius bolaris, Lepiota species, Amanita muscaria. These are the examples of the poisonous mushrooms. So here, these are the oyster mushrooms, straw mushrooms, reishi mushrooms, enokokite mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, wood ear mushrooms. These type of mushrooms only growing on the woods. So here, just a minute. So these wood ear mushrooms only growing on the woods only, right? And this structure is like our ears, the ear shape, same like this. So you observe in these mushrooms is the good growing stage. Stage is the rainy and winter season, right? So next, these are the yes, ear like mushrooms. These Acularia auricula, the first mushroom cultivated in China on woodland. How the diagram, how it is look like ear like. The Auricularia auricula. So, and another time, it is the common Ganoderma, king of the herbs and mushrooms of the. So these type of mushroom growing on the like herbs and hoods in the downside of the tree trunks. Okay. So all of you see, this is a common variety. All of you seen this variety?
Yes, sir.
This is very common, very common. So this is also very common. So lastly, I will you will give you time. In the last year, I collected one mushroom from our native place. I show that pic in one. Already I told you in the last week, in the last class. In Telangana is the most popular these mushrooms. Regarding these mushrooms, only one and only Professor Manoharachari, right? He's doing excellent. He's wrote in the 500 books. He's published a only it is fungal. He's a good pathologist and is a mycologist. Okay, so I show that mushrooms, but sir told me so, some scrutiny and completed the scrutiny and sir searched so many books and other. So he told me, Prabhakar, this is the new mushroom, but you cultivate, then you will we will submit the some gene sequencing. So how to identify through the sequencing only. The gene sequencing lab, I think, located in the Delhi. But I submitted. I met in SAR in the after the rainy season. Then after 20 days, I come back to that place, but the mushroom is not available. So till I am searching for that mushroom since 2 years. Every rainy season, I I went there, I searched, but it is not available because there are landowners doing some work, so that is destroyed. So I feel badly because that is new mushrooms, na new mushroom, na. So that I am searching also that mushroom till now. So I will show that diagram. I will search on my phone. Then lastly, I will show that type of mushroom. Anyone you can see the mushroom, just inform me. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
I will give the authorship also, because I since I 2.5 years I will search that mushrooms. I can't find out. Before that, just I took the photo. Just some small samples uh, I taken, but my sample also some forget it. Forget it. Some is missing that sample. So I will show the lastly that how it is look like, and that is in my phone. Okay. So these are the Ganoderma. So these are the some medicinal. It is the medicinal application, especially it is the medicinal purpose. So it is effect on the tumor. It is the anti-aging, liver protection and detoxification, anti-cholesterol, effect on the cardiovascular, anti-cancer, effect on the hypertension, antibiotic, treatment of diabetes. Nowadays, the research, too much of research going on the mushrooms and as well as the millets also. So actually, the central government in this year declared this year. What is the any idea? It is the millet of the year. Central government every year they declare the year. So this year our theme is this year 2023 year theme is the millets
Millet,
year.
sir.
Millets year. So I search my photo. Just give me 1 minute time. I search my that. క్లాస్ వచ్చిన మీ సార్ క్లాస్ చెప్తుంది.
వెళ్తారా వీళ్ళు?
ఉన్నాడు అభి నా కోసం వెయిట్ చేసి లోపల ఉన్నారు.
ఏం చేస్తున్నారు?
వెయిట్ చేసి నా కోసం
ఒక్కడే ఉన్నారా?
ఇక్కడే ఉన్నారు. సో I will show. This is the shiitake. The both these are the both type. Like it is used as a edible and it is used as a medicinal. And so this type of mushroom is mostly popular in the Japan. It prevents cerebral hemorrhage, control the blood pressure level. So here, Pleurotus. This is the oyster mushroom. How it is beautiful. Just you see. Next, this one is the. These are also oyster mushrooms in the different species. So why mushrooms are needed? What are the specialty of mushrooms? So already I told you what are the specialty of mushrooms. The different medicinal uses, different. It is the nutritional values. It is the different uses are there. It is good taste and unique flavor. Easy to cultivate with a short crop duration. The medicinal appear less investment, high returns. So self-employment, the less time and labor intensive. So utilization of the agriculture waste, high nutritional value, sustainable for the small and landless farmers, high market demand, suitable for the especially women, the probiotic nature. Spent mushroom substrate can be used for the vermicompost. So the water productivity can be scaled up. Mushroom don't compete with other crops for the planting space. Much of Asia climate suitable for the mushroom cultivation. The significant role of forest economy, decomposes dead plants and animals. So here, before going to what are the food value of Britain, I will share the I collected mushroom. Just wait. So my slide is visible, right? So this is common oyster mushrooms, not a new one. So this slide is visible. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So these are the oyster mushroom. This mushroom I collected from the Koti Women's College. So that time I am working as a assistant professor. This one. So here, start here. These are the new mushrooms I collected from my native place. It is Mahbubabad district in the Nellikudur Mandal. So these are the new species to India. Not only India, this entire world. The Professor Manohar sir is the international scientist. He told me these are the new species to the world, but I misread that sample. So I am trying to since 2.5 years, but not find out again same place. So I will every year in the rainy season, winter season, many times I will visit that place, but I'm not find out this type. So anyone see this type of just this is the exactly mushroom. So this one, all of you clear this picture?
Yes, sir.
So anyone?
Is it black in color, sir?
Brown color is in the below. It is the gills is the brown color. So this one, so same this one. So this one. So this is common. This is common. This is common. This is oyster mushroom. It is the pink in color. It is collected from Hyderabad Koti Women's College. This is also. This is common variety. So this one is the different structure. This is the suspected to. This is the new species, new mushroom species, like this, like this. Anyone see this type of mushroom in your places? Yes.
Okay, sir. We also search for.
But not now. It is the mushroom is growing under some only rainy season and winter season, because the high temperature they can't grow it.
Yes.
So just you remember, in your surrounding areas in the rainy season, in surrounding areas, this type of mushrooms are available. Just inform me. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, next, coming to our class. So here the food value, already I told you, the high protein, the mushrooms have a high protein content. Fibers, it helps the lower cholesterol. It is important for the digestive system. These are the food value. That's why I suggested to you, all of you, weekly once, compulsory on your dish, on your it is good for all the ages people, all the children, all whatever age. These are the food value. I mean, this one I am not saying, it is the considered the WHO, World Health Organization. Okay, so vitamin D, essential for the absorption of the calcium, copper, selenium, potassium. So other important minerals such as phosphorus, zinc, and magnesium, and low levels of fat, calories. So otherwise, you eat mutton. So I'm not telling anyone you don't eat mutton. I'm not talking of that. Whatever may be, but entire journey in 1 week is there. So for example, it's possible this week mutton or chicken. The next week you plan compulsory mushroom. The mushroom is an it is any, there is no any side effects. Okay, good for your health. So compared to the mutton, chicken, chicken, actually the age of chicken, it is since 3 to 4 months it is becoming 1 kg. So nowadays most of the poultry, they are given the some injections. Automatically the what happening due to these injections, the hormonal imbalance, the chicken bird, it is become within the short period, within the 45 days, the chicken is more than 2 kgs. But it is very dangerous to the human beings. Same like this mutton also. Now it is any food items, like any non-veg items, it is non-veg item as well as vegetables also cultivated, and they are what not cultivated, what it is polluted, right? But the mushroom, there is no chance. Okay, there is no chance. There is no given any injection. There is no any given any hormones. It is naturally we provide the some artificial conditions. Provide the artificial conditions like low temperature, maintains the some without to contamination. Automatically they grow up. It is natural food. Okay. So that's why I advise. So there are the more than 75,000 identified types of mushrooms in the worldwide. 2,000 of these are the safely edible. Around 1,000 are the poisonous. Commercially, 20 species are grown in the worldwide. In India, only 4 species are grown in the worldwide. So Odisha, mostly 2 species are commercially cultivated. So there are still many undiscovered mushroom species, and effects of the some mushrooms and human health remain unknown. So remaining this, they don't know. The research going on. So these are the commercially cultivated mushrooms in the worldwide. These are the list of, there is no time. So there is no time. Just these are the mushroom species. How much of percentage of share? Agaricus bisporus, lentinus. These are the list. Okay. So these are the commercially cultivated mushrooms in India, especially Podestra mushrooms. The species scientific name is Valvirella species. It is growing in the April and October, the Kharif and Jaid season. Milky mushrooms and oyster mushroom, button mushrooms, the Rabi and winter season. So these are the Padistra mushrooms and oyster mushrooms. These are the button mushrooms, milky mushrooms, milky mushrooms. So Padistra mushroom, star mushroom, Chinese mushroom, Naha mushroom, bomb mushroom. The scientific name is Valvaria species. Edible mushroom is the tropical and subtropical climate. The first cultivated Nanhua region in the China. The crop cycle completed the 21 to 25 days. Grow in the Odisha, AP, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and West Bengal. The highest demand the Odisha as compared to the other mushrooms. Two species in Odisha, Kasara Chatu. The two varieties are in the Odisha. The season is the April to October. Duration is 21 to 25 days. Uses already I told you the general mushrooms of food value, very tasty. Yield is achieved very less time in the 15 within 15 days. Odisha can be cultivated 18 to 9 months. Very easy to the cultivate, less insect pest. And in Telangana, the only few people are cultivating these mushrooms, like the surrounding of the Shamshabad in the Rangareddy district peoples. They do very less. The list is very low. Less insect pests and disease attack. Disadvantage of cultivation of Padistra mushrooms. Less, already I told you, na, very big challenge in the mushroom cultivation is less shelf life. That is a very, because we are preparing the cultivation of mushrooms, we are producing the mushrooms, will take 25 days, 20, at least 20 to 25 days. But the less shelf life, it is only 5 days. So that's the disadvantage of this mushroom cultivation. So biological efficiency 10 to 15% more use of straw. So the cultivation of Padistra mushrooms, food value of Padistra mushroom, these are the mineral content. So when we will go for the mushroom cultivation, these requirements compulsory follow: sterilization of the bed, clean the unit and sterilize the house before the 48 hours of the bed preparation by using 20 ml of formalin and 1 liter of water. Use wet gunny bags, controlling the humidity, temperature, and light. You know, gunny bags, they are more observe the wet water. So it is the holding capacity is very high. So that's why the gunny bags are used for the controlling the humidity, temperature, and light. Laying sand of the floor. So the temperature maintained 25 to 38 degrees. Relative the humidity is 85 to the 95. The light is 1000 lux. The ventilation gas exchange is necessary to avoid the CO2 accumulation. The material, these are the cultivation of mushrooms. These are the materials are required. A span 1 bottle, the 200 grams, Padistra, nutrient, pulse powder, the formalin, sterilization for sterilization, lime, soaking tank, chaff cutter, thermohydrometer, humidified, fogger, polythene. So these are the color materials, color, inoculation date, expiry date, spawn production unit. So spawn bottle and span bags. So these are the Padistra material requirements. The Padistra, this type of Padistra is required, and the pH is 7. It is a neutral. So the nutrient pulse powder, it is a 25 gram of bed. Horse, green gram, black gram. You know, horse, green gram, black gram. These powder are required for the nutrient, the growing of the mushrooms. So materials, these are the soaking tank. These are the size of the 4 into 4 and 3. So these are the polythene, the production of system, outdoor system, intercrop and in coconut plantation, indoor in the low cost attached house, as basis the room, agros net house, poly house. So Here, these are the some the indoor in the low cost attached house, low cost indoor low cost attached. So these are the some agro shade net. So these are the method of cultivation. Cut the spot portion of the podestra 1.5 and soak it for the 6 to 8 hours in the water mixed with the limestone. It is 1 kg for 100 liters water. Drain exchange water. Dry the podestra in the shade. The moisture content is 65%. Spread the podestra in the shelf, east west, and apply 1/4 of the pot of span and the nutrient cover again with podestra north and south and repeated this process. Cover the bed 1.5 into 1.5 into 1.5 with polythene sheet of the 6 days. From 7 days onwards, sprinkle water up to 3 times per day. The fruiting starts from the 12th day onwards with for flush. The oyster mushroom, Pleoster species, edible mushroom for temperature. Crop cycle is 45 to 60 days. Grow in the Tamil Nadu, Odisha, AP, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh. These are the usual highest number of species. Shelf life is 24 to 40 years. Bioefficiency very easy to cultivate, less insect pest and disease attack, more profitable. These are the cultivation oyster mushrooms. So these are already I collected now. This one taste sources. So these are some.
What you meant school?
These are the method of cultivation already again in the different types of methods in the different types of mushrooms. So cutting of straw, how to soaking, hot water treatment, draining of excess water, method of cultivation. So this is the bed preparation, layering of the spawn, the pinning of the bag. So spawn running. So hanging of bed, watering. So pinhead the stage, mature mushrooms. This hanging of the bed. So mature mushrooms, then harvesting of the mushroom, then packing of the mushrooms. Diseases and mushrooms, dry bubble diseases. These are the common diseases in the mushrooms. And when we are cultivating the mushrooms, Veticulum fungicola, brown spot on the mushrooms, wet bubble, the mycogony, pernicio, fortification of the mushrooms, whole odor, cobweb diseases, Dactylium dendroides, cottony growth of fungus. These are the economics of the mushrooms, the paddy mushroom, padista mushroom, and oyster mushroom. So these are the fresh. So these are the intermediate product, processed product. The pickle also is available, and tea also, mushroom tea also available. These are the value added product mushrooms. These are the tray packed mushrooms. The mushrooms packed in the cardboard boxes. So preserved oyster mushrooms, button mushrooms. So mushrooms, soap, water, and mushrooms biscuits. Mushroom biscuits, tea biscuits, mushroom sauce, candy, and scurry. So these are the regarding about the mushroom classes. Okay, now coming to the these are the regarding about the mushrooms, their importance, the food values, the cultivation process. So coming to anyone share the actually I forgot it, the book, the first page of the your syllabus. Yes. Just one thing, you take a one photograph in the syllabus copy. Just send me. I will present here. I told to you some important questions. Yes, do you understand my words? So fast. Anyone, please tell me send me the pic. Just wait. Okay. Okay, just rotate it. Where is your sir? With whom? Okay. Just rotate it as the book. Just wait. I will share you. Just wait. Just wait. So here, so general character of classification of viruses, it is the first unit, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So here, bacteriophage, write down bacteriophage and TMB and replication of viruses. Replication of viruses. Replication means it is covered in the sexual reproduction of viruses, and it includes lytic cycle and lysogenic cycle, right? So, and another topic is isolation and purification of viruses. So here the unit 4, you cover unit 4, unit 3, and the unit 1. No, there is no need of unit 1. The unit 2, you prepare TMB and bacteriophage, right? Clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Please respond. So next, block 2, bacteria. So here, ultrastructure of bacteria, and nutrition and reproduction of bacteria. So in the reproduction, it is both asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So nutrition also, in the different types of nutritions covered. So another important one is mycoplasma is the very, very important, and economic importance of the bacteria also very, very important, right? Clear? Next. So fungi. So general character and classification of fungi, right? So here, last one is heterothalidom, heterocheirosis, and parasexuality is also very useful. And you just in this block 3, they are asking many times in these topics is very. So you look at the nutrition of fungi and reproduction of fungi also. So just mute yourself. Yes. Who? Okay. Next. So next, block 4, fungi 2. So here, in each, already I told some type studies like Cercospora. All the type studies you read. Okay. All the type studies. Okay. All the type studies like Penicillium, Rhizophus, Mucor. Okay. So already I told you in the fungi industry. So you learn about Ascomyceta general characters, Basidiomycotina general characters, Deuteromycota, and what are the type studies here? Ascomyceta, how many type studies are there? Just you prepare. Basidiomycotina general characters. Okay, that also you cover. And Deuteromycotina. So in Deuteromycotina, this must 3 GP events. So, and fungi in agriculture, already I told, just you look it once, this one. So these are the very, very important. So remaining things also you prepare, okay, of your interest, okay, right? Any questions according till date, there is there is no remaining topics. All the topics I covered today successfully completed on our theory syllabus. Here, some of the topics already we covered in the offline. Remaining things in the online. So till now, according to they given the some dates now. According to that, we finished all the syllabus, right? So any doubts?
Sir, we are not attended offline classes. Then how can we?
So that is your problem. But I will provide.
Sir, some noise
notes.
is hearing, sir.
Yes. Yes, tell me, ma.
Some noise
Sir,
is
any notes
hearing.
provided?
One by one. Yes. Yes, Bhagyalakshmi. Tell
Any
me.
notes, sir? Notes even provided, sir.
Which notes? All
Material
the
only.
topics. Okay, I will
Yeah.
provide the notes, but in the middle of the days, just you message on WhatsApp, on my personal WhatsApp number, not in group. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Just in the
Thank you,
remind, then I will free in the next week. I think next Monday onwards, I will send the notes because this week very busy. So just in the middle of these days, just you message my WhatsApp on my personal WhatsApp number. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Next. So there is no extra classes because they are allotted the offline classes, allotted the online classes. According to that, we finish the syllabus. Again, there is no special classes. So in the my support is any missing classes in the offline or online, I will provide notes. That's enough. Okay. So next, any other person? And you take the previous paper from the Kumar sir. Just you observe the previous question paper. What are the how many short course questions in each unit, how many long questions in each block. Just you compare it is easy for the preparation of your exams. That is must and should. You take the previous question paper from the Kumar sir. You ask the Kumar sir will post on the group. Okay, that is good for your examination, right?
Okay, sir.
So
Important questions, sir.
already I told you now important questions. Who is Swapna?
Sir, sir, because of the disturbance, we could not get the important questions, sir.
Actually I have
And
another
continuously
class.
some
No.
noise was there.
Okay. I have a class. Just you send me the front page of book. I will send you. Okay. Because I will close the meeting now.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Bye, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.